Hello. In this video, we are going to walk through how to receive items for a purchase order. So here we've issued a purchase order. The vendor has shipped it, and now it's at our receiving dock, ready to be brought into our warehouse. So the next logical step here is to click Enter PO Receipt. And what this does is this automatically creates a new purchase receipt. As you notice, the receipt number is set to new right now. But once we go ahead and click the Save button, it's going to automatically generate our purchase number. A couple things to note about the purchase receipt screen. So this only deals with quantity. So you will not see any sort of prices. You will not see any sort of costs. You will only see the total quantity, both at the header level as well as at the line level down here. If you needed to change the date for whatever reason, you could change the date right here. If you needed to change the particular location from the vendor that this is being shipped from, you would change that up here. And then down here at the line details, this is going to bring in automatically all of the items from the purchase order. If there's multiple items and you were just receiving, say one line, you would go ahead and click the X to delete one of the rows should you need to. Right here, we have our warehouse. So if you needed to change the warehouse that you're receiving into, you would go ahead here and you could do a lookup to bring these into a different warehouse. Let's say that you wanted to change the location that these were being brought into. Inside of that warehouse, you would change that here. Here we have the transaction description, which is going to be the item description that we're working with. We have our unit of measure. And the next thing to note is the receipt quantity. So this here is where you're going to enter how many you are bringing into your inventory. So if they shipped you 9, you would put in 9 here. If they shipped you 11, you would put in 11 here, or whatever the case might be. Now, let's say in this example, they only ship you 9. So we can go ahead and enter 9. And as we see here, this changes the open quantity to 1, and our receipt quantity changes to 9. I'm going to go ahead and save this record. And now, once I go ahead and release this document, we are not able to make any changes to it. The reason being is because when we click release on the purchase receipt, this is automatically bringing inventory into the specific warehouse that we specified at the line level. We will have to do some sort of return should we need to make any sort of changes to the quantity or to the document. But once we click this release button, we're not able to actually make changes to it. So if we look down here at the bottom, we have our quantity for 18 on hand, and our available is 18, and available for shipping is 18. If I go ahead and click this release button, what you'll see down here is the quantity automatically updated to 27. This is because we brought in 9 items on this particular purchase receipt. Now, if we needed to, so let's say we'll go back to our purchase order. So if this was an example where they shipped you 9, but you weren't going to receive the 10th one, what you would do here, back on the line level on the purchase order, you'll see there's this quantity on receipts. So it says that we ordered 9, but we have received 9 of them. And if we go to our PO history, we're going to see we have our purchase receipt that's connected to the PO with 9 here. If we scroll over here, there's a couple different ways that we can do this. So in this example, if they were going to ship us that last pallet, we would go in and we'd enter a new purchase order receipt. And when we do this, what we're going to see here is the receipt quantity this time is going to automatically be the difference. So this here has the receipt quantity of 1. So if there was 2 shipments and this here was the second shipment, this is how it would be brought in to our inventory.